Annabelle was our only daughter. She was 15. She was beautiful inside and out. She was happy, vibrant, full of energy, full of fun. She didn't want to leave us. No.
This was Annabelle Wright, so full of life. But in May, she died from an apparent suicide, although this does yet have to be confirmed. Her parents have no doubts, though, nor do they have any doubts about why. Isotretinoin, better known as Roaccutane, a drug she was prescribed for her acne.
We were told Roaccutane was the way forward, and the dermatologist said to Annabelle she would rather put her on it now before she got scarring. And of course, that was, to Annabelle, that was everything. I raised the issue of something that I'd read years ago about this drug being linked with suicides of children in America, and I was told, but it could be argued that those children were depressed because of their acne.
There has never been any conclusive evidence that Roaccutane is linked to suicide. However, it is only meant to be prescribed with warnings and careful monitoring of the patient's state of mind. And it is only for severe acne, which Annabelle did not have. The dermatologist warned you about suicide?
No. No, we were told to look out for low mood and depression. And because of Annabelle's upbeat, sunny nature, we were sure we would have spotted the signs if her mood had taken a turn for the worst, and it never did. We were never told that these random suicide impulses can come out of the blue and be overwhelming.
And Helen did ask about suicide, and it was dismissed.
Did it feel like it was dismissed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There is a warning in the patient leaflet. Under very rare side effects, it says, affecting 1 in every 10,000 people. Some people have had thoughts about hurting themselves or ending their own lives, suicidal thoughts. It goes on to say these people may not appear to be depressed. But Annabelle's parents say they had felt reassured by the dermatologist. About 30,000 people are prescribed isotretinoin in the UK every year. Go online and you can see thrilled testimonies from young people whose skin has cleared up. Have a look, though, at the MHRA website. It's the medicine regulator's yellow card reporting system. So far, this year, there have been 60 serious incidents reported, 25 suicides, and overall 31 deaths. Now, not all of these will have happened this year because there are often delays in the reporting. And some may have been double counted, so the MHRA would only confirm 14 fatalities, still the highest number in a decade. However, they will now be seeking independent advice from a reconvened expert working group on the drug. There are questions also about how safely it's being prescribed.
Both the British Association of Dermatologists and Psychodermatology UK regularly train dermatology healthcare professionals, including primary care colleagues, including pharmacists, including psychiatrists, to make sure that we are assessing patients for anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation before patients commence isotretinoin, whilst they're on it, and when they've completed a course.
Annabelle's parents were not the only ones to contact us about the impact they believe this drug has had. Albert Woods was prescribed it when he was 14. He has now been impotent for 13 years.
Prior to taking the drug, I should make this clear, everything was working. I had a high sex drive like any sort of young teenager. It wasn't really until I was like 16, and then I kind of entered into my first proper relationship, and it was then I sort of realised I couldn't perform, things weren't working.
Erectile dysfunction was not put on the patient leaflets in the UK until 2017, so he was not warned this could happen.
It's devastated my life, you know. It's in every area of my life, it's been devastating. I didn't have anyone, no doctors, no one around me, no one in my life telling me that this could be a result of this drug. So I was completely in the dark and completely ashamed because I thought this was something I was doing to myself somehow.
It took Albert a long time to consider his problems might have been caused by Roaccutane, and while there is evidence it can cause impotency, it is disputed the effects would last this long. Yet he has been in contact with at least 30 other patients, all reporting similar issues. And Annabelle Wright's parents say the same.
So after she died, and I posted on Facebook and was contacted by so many people who have been on this drug, depressed on days and even have suicidal thoughts. Driving home from work one day and just wanted to drive my car into a pole.
Roche, who manufacture Roaccutane, said,
"A retrospective study in 2010 didn't establish a link between isotretinoin and an observed increased risk of suicide. Additionally, the MHRA concluded in 2014 that whilst a causal link cannot be ruled out, it was not possible to identify a clear increase in risk of psychiatric disorders."
Helen and Simon Wright had to use every ounce of what little strength they have left to do this interview, but they wanted to do it, they said.
You went into a bit of a canter.
I saw that.
Because they owed it to Annabelle.
Well, if you or anyone you know has been affected by the issues covered in Victoria's report, you can find advice by going to the webpage channel4.com/support. Jackie.